All right, y'all, welcome to Miss Simpson's art class. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to go over some realistic tips and tricks when you're drawing a nose. I'm going to be using copy paper, my compass, and a pencil. You don't have to use a compass. You could use another straight edge, or you could freehand these straight lines, and we're also going to be doing some circles as well. So noses that I've seen people draw in the past, I've seen some noses that are not based off of a triangle. Noses are very different depending on the person, but when it comes down to it, noses are based off of a triangle. Pretty much any way you look at the nose looks like a triangle. So some basic or more abstract drawings of noses that I've seen are people drawing the little birdie with some parentheses along each side. Some people draw a nose with two parts. Y'all, this makes me cringe. This is a cringy way to draw a nose. I don't even like it. It is the most pet peeve of mine when you draw a nose with two parts. Some people draw a nose like an L, a very abstracted version of a nose, but at least it's related to a triangle. So how we're going to begin drawing a nose from looking straight at the face, a face looking straight ahead. We're going to start with the horizontal line, and then we are going to make that a triangle. You do want your triangle to be pretty much symmetrical, so you might want to start with not meeting up your line to the corner. You might want to start drawing both lines and then slowly taking that back to the corner. All right, let's talk about where the nose is on the face. When we're looking at the face straight ahead, the triangle to the top of the nose would actually go above the corner of your eyes. So the nose is a much larger part of your face than you think about, the part with the nostrils right there just above your mouth. There's actually more to a nose than just that. So I'm going to draw an upside down triangle or V shape to represent where the corners of my eyes would be. That's going to be before the tip top of my triangle. So this horizontal line is just for your reference, so you can see where the eyes would fit in relation to the nose. These are going to be the corners of the eyes right here. So of course your nose is in between your two eyes, but the bridge of your nose starts right at the corner of your eyes. And that's not always right at the top of the triangle. So the bridge of your nose is going to be two vertical lines coming down from that place where the V intersects with the triangle. So from the corner of your eyes, two vertical lines going down. That's going to represent your bridge. So we do need to draw this in on our paper. You don't have to label it with the word bridge. I just have that in there for you guys. I'll erase it later. At this point, you can begin to see that my nose is not perfectly symmetrical, but that's okay, all right? So your triangle does not have to be perfectly symmetrical. If you notice what's wrong with it, you can go back in and change some of your lines like I have here. But even after I change this line, my drawing isn't perfect. And especially if you haven't done stuff like this before, it's okay to keep moving forward even if your drawing is not perfect. All right, so there's the bridge of my nose, and then I just drew the underneath part of my nose. That smaller, it's one of those shapes with four sides. Y'all remind me, what's the shape called that has four sides? I'm waiting on y'all. My math is leaving me. Anyways, I have that shape with four sides. Now I'm gonna draw three circles. Noses can be so different. Sometimes the circles are above, sometimes the circles are below, underneath. Sometimes the circles are wide and ovals. So just look at how your nose is made up of three circles. You have that one main circle in the front and then two circles on the sides. This is so different depending on the person. You can put these circles anywhere. So at this point, decide where do you want to put those circles. Remember, if you can see, looking in the mirror, if you can see your nostrils, that means the lower two circles are going to be in that underside little shape that we did with the four sides. I'm gonna have to find out what that's called. Shape with the four sides. It'll come to me. Okay, so I'm gonna put my three circles here. That's very different depending on the nose that you look at. So your drawing does not have to look like mine. We just need three circles, one in the front and one on each of the sides. So I'm gonna try to make my drawing of the nostrils a little bit symmetrical. The nostrils aren't perfect circles. They're kind of like sideways teardrops or sideways raindrops. So pretty much like an oval, but with a hook. So you want to make a shape similar to what I have here. Again, very different depending on the person. Some people have nostrils angled upwards. Some people have nostrils that lay more flat. Some people have very small, teensy, tiny nostrils, and some people have larger nostrils. So just pay attention to your subject, what you're drawing, because we're all different and there's very different ways to draw different types of noses. I'm adding some shading here in the nostrils. That's going to be the darkest part of our nose. And then the shading underneath the nose is because our nose is casting a shadow on our upper lip. There's some shading going up the bridge of the nose. That's the best part about adding that triangle in like that. You can easily see where the shading goes up the bridge of the nose. However, many people have different bridge of the nose as well. Sometimes you can see the nose, the bridge of people's nose goes in and out or side to side depending on the person. So that's something else to take a look at. So you could really stop here if you want to in the formation of your nose, but I'm just going to customize mine a little bit more. The more shading you have, the more customized you can get your nose closer to your subject. So I'm going to add some shading underneath the top circle and on each side. But this, of course, really depends on what you're looking at. Some people's noses aren't shaded in like this. I can use my eraser to go back in and add those highlights because we have addition tools and subtraction tools. When you're shading, wherever you add more of your pencil, that means that area is going backwards into space. If you're making an area darker, that means that area is going back into space. So if I notice that something is going forward, I'm going to use my eraser to make that area lighter. And if something's going backwards, I'm going to use my pencil to make that area darker. So you get to decide how you're drawing this. Use a combination of your eraser and your pencil to make different areas, different things. See how when I'm erasing the shadow along the bridge of the nose, it makes the nose seem more wide across? That's because I'm bringing that part forward. So it's up to you to look at your subject, make that judgment for yourself, make that artistic choice. Which areas are lighter because they're moving forward and which areas are darker because they're moving backward. And again, the more time you spend on the shading, the more custom you're making that nose shape to depend on the person. So right underneath the nose, because our noses aren't just floating next to nothing, our noses are near our eyes and our noses are near our mouths. What connects your nostrils to your lips is a little area called the Cupid's bow. Don't forget we are going to have that shadow there, but the Cupid's bow is a natural area of highlight. So it's 2 vertical lines going down from our nostrils. Those are going to be the highlight. Then we're going to shade on either side of that. So what we've done so far is shading to customize the nose, and now we're also adding the Cupid's bow, which is encroaching on the mouth a little bit. There's going to be another video on how we're going to draw the mouth and the lips. But for now, just notice that the Cupid's bow comes from right underneath our nose. Of course, you can go back in, add highlights with your eraser, and do more shading. So just try this on your own. Let me know how it turns out. Try drawing some noses of different shapes. If you feel like you've really mastered this one, try another one that looks completely different. And there you have it, some tips on a realistic nose.